This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Thursday, August 29th, 2024. I'm Alex Brown. Texas-based Heidelberg Materials last year marked the opening of a $600 million cement plant in Mitchell. Now the company is preparing to make the plant the first in the country to have its own carbon capture system in place. Jeff Sieg with Heidelberg says it's about moving toward more sustainable products.
Concrete is a sustainable product. Inherently, there's some sustainable properties, but we want to make it more sustainable by taking the main ingredient of concrete, which is cement, and decarbonizing it. And carbon capture is the way that we can truly get to a net zero cement, which would then go into making a much more sustainable concrete product.
Heidelberg wants the plant to be carbon neutral by 2030, which is the year the carbon capture facility is slated to be fully operational. The University of Southern Indiana cut the ribbon this week on the expansion of its Recreation, Fitness, and Wellness Center. The $16 million project included an expanded footprint for the U.S. side Deaconess Clinic, an expanded game room, and new office space for the university's Religious Life organization. North Shore Health Centers and Northwest Health Indiana this week announced a joint medical residency initiative to provide training to physicians specializing in internal medicine. The residents, 14 in the program's first year, will do inpatient rotations at Northwest Health hospitals in Porter and at North Shore outpatient clinics in Portage and Hammond. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, 1 goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
Originally from Pennsylvania, Chris Stager experienced firsthand what could happen when industry failed to move with the times. Now leading the Elkhart County Economic Development Corporation, Stager said his transition from the telecommunications industry to economic development helped him build a set of tools to help industry partners achieve growth, starting with a partnership with Purdue University.
I work with Purdue, and we started running some appointments. I've been in a few hundred factories with them in Elkhart County. We started to look at opportunities to improve bottom line profitability. And back then, it wasn't as much thinking about culture, but now that I look back on it, it was about looking at the culture that was in our manufacturing entities and trying to, I guess, work towards a situation where people are the company's best asset. So how do we build people up? So we started a process of working with Purdue. As an example, since 2017, I've had classes in our facility. We've had about 2,900 students taking classes. They represent about 409 different companies.
You can read our full Q&A with Stager at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. Indianapolis area startups Insignum AgTech and Granis Therapeutics were among the 5 winners announced Wednesday in Elevate Ventures' second annual In-Prize Pitch Contest, which comes with the potential for up to $1 million in funding for each of the winners. The contest, which was part of the Rally Innovation Conference, included 5 separate competitions, each focused on a particular industry: agriculture and food, hard tech, healthcare, software, and sports tech. Per contest rules, each of the 5 in-prize winners has the chance to land up to a $1 million investment, which includes up to $500,000 in co-investment from Elevate Ventures. South Bend Mayor James Mueller is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.